Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your ears, your eyes and ears to some of the travails and trepidations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And this was coming at you right out of Pennsylvania, where a Pennsylvania nurse is being charged with a few nursing home deaths, more than a few. So listen to this story. Pennsylvania nurse previously charged with killing patients with lethal insulin doses linked to 17 nursing home deaths. A Pennsylvania nurse already charged with killing 2 patients in her care through lethal doses of insulin has been hit with fresh charges after she confessed to trying to kill 19 people at different rehabilitation centers where she worked, prosecutors announced last Thursday. Heather Presty, 41, allegedly administered excessive amounts of insulin to 19 patients, some of whom were diabetic and others were not, at 5 different care facilities from 2020 to this year. Ultimately, 17 patients in her care have died, the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office said. As a result, new charges were filed against her last Thursday: 2 counts of first-degree murder, 17 counts of attempted murder, and 19 counts of neglect of a care-dependent person, in connection with the 19 patients she allegedly mistreated, Attorney General Michelle Henry said. Prosecutors noted that Presty was charged with first-degree murder in cases where physical evidence is available to support the cause of death, and attempted murder in cases where the victims either survived the excessive dose of insulin or the cause of death could not be determined. She had already been charged last May for allegedly mistreating 3 patients, 2 of whom died, bringing the total number of allegedly mistreated patients to 22. Presty would typically administer the insulin during overnight shifts where there was low staffing and the emergencies would not prompt immediate hospitalizations, prosecutors said. If Presty sensed the victim would pull through, there is a pattern of her taking additional measures to try and kill the victims before they could be sent to the hospital by either administering a second dose of insulin or the use of an air embolism to ensure death. Wow, the criminal complaint in this case said this lady was cold-hearted and cold-blooded. The alleged victims ranged in age from 43 to 104. She became her own form of euthanasia. The complaint said Presty, whose nursing license has been suspended, admitted to harming with the intent to kill all patients named in the affidavit. The 2 first-degree murder charges are in connection with 2 patient deaths at Sunnyview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. On March 24th and 25th of 2021, she allegedly intentionally administered insulin and an air embolism to a patient, identified by the initials GS, with the intent to kill him, and which ultimately caused his death, the complaint said. Then, on April 30th and May 1st of 2023, she administered insulin to a patient with the initials NC, also leading to their death, the complaint said. The alleged abuse unfolded while Presty was employed as a registered nurse at Concordia, at Rebecca Residence, Bel Air Health and Rehabilitation, Quality Life Services, Chicora, Premier Armstrong Rehabilitation and Nursing Center, and Sunnyview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Presty was arraigned last Thursday, waived her preliminary hearing, and remains in custody in the Butler County Prison without bail. It's not clear if she has entered a plea. Her attorneys, Jim DePasquale and Phil DeLucente, told NBC News Friday that their goal is to avoid the death penalty. Remember, this is in Pennsylvania. This is a very complex and serious matter. Miss Presti had her formal arraignment yesterday on the first set of charges previously filed by the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office, and in addition had her preliminary hearing on the new set of homicide and attempted murder charges. The statement said, the goal from the very beginning of these matters was to not have the death penalty imposed. We are in pursuit of that goal. That's what her defense attorney said. Authorities started watching Presti after a family member of a patient who died told the Bureau of Narcotics Investigation and Drug Control that Presti was involved in the improper administration of insulin at Quality Life Services, Chikara. An investigation found Presti had a pattern of being investigated for abusive behavior towards patients and or staff at her past jobs, resulting in Presti then resigning or being terminated, the complaint said. The filing revealed that former co-workers told investigators they were suspicious during Presti's previous employment that she was intentionally harming patients, and she had been reprimanded for making up her own insulin doses. That's how she got caught. They caught her making up her own batches. When she worked at Bel Air Healthcare and Rehabilitation from April 2021 to February 2022, as an assistant director of nursing, she was suspended pending an internal investigation into co-workers' concerns regarding a pattern of individuals passing under Presti's care. However, that probe did not uncover any identifiable evidence to support those allegations. What an incredible story. This woman, if any of these allegations are true, was basically a serial killer. And to a certain degree, almost like some kind of form of euthanasia, or secretly over injecting these individuals with insulin. I don't think it was necessarily euthanasia in the real sense, because if you want to be euthanized, you have to give consent and want that to take place, and even you have to figure out if it's even legal in the state of Pennsylvania. But she was definitely a serial predator and a serial killer if she is charged and convicted on almost 22 individuals that lived in these rehabilitation facilities where they were found deceased. She spent her whole life becoming a nurse and supposed to be in the business of taking care of folks. And here's the dichotomy and the hypocrisy: is this woman is supposed to have these people's lives in her hands to take care of them in a positive way, and she decided to terminate them and be destructive and show insincere, unapologetic, unemotional feelings towards these individuals. She's not God. She does not make the determination on whether they should live or die. And here again, mental illness is a real thing. I keep doing these videos talking about some of these egregious and trepidations that are taking place in our country and in our society. And it is a really tough place to live right now. If you're in a nursing home, a rehab facility where you need assistance from physicians, nurses aides, and you're not even safe there, where can you be safe? And if it's not with your family. And for her to make a decision that she was going to start terminating and killing these individuals, I don't know if something snapped. Are they going to have to look into how long has she been a nurse and how long has this been going on? There may even be more victims. But thank God that her fellow co-workers and law enforcement figured this thing out, because the way she was terminating people's lives, she could have got away with this for a long time. Tell me what you think about this case.